to tell, again, stress to y'all, this is a very free-form discussion. This is your one chance and final chance to get all the shift stuff. In a few more weeks, we're going to write the contract as closed, and we'll close it out. And make sure you can get the questions you need asked and answered. We have this on call-in if people want to call in their offices, and we also have it being recorded, both the video and the audio. There will be some editing for the free time that we've had, but basically this is your chance to ask Liza about the model and what she's done. And like I think most of us have, as we're starting to dig into it, see what a good model it is. And you're supposed to have the stuff for Eric, right? The exchange between the existing and the submitted.
Yeah. Oh, you mentioned that. Thank you.
Yes. So with that, I'm going to grab my laptop and my toy, and I'm going to go sit back here, and then we'll start on the other thing.
Okay.
Thank you, Liza.
And I'm assuming the phone is not muted, right?
No. People can call in.
Chime in. Great. Okay. So as Bruce said, I'm going to just walk through a couple scenarios today, and I'd like to go at your pace, so and at your interest. So if you see something, or if I'm rambling on and that's not the direction you want me to go in, let me know. Also, a side note, I kind of developed two presentations with both of them having the same intro. So when we get to the second scenario, we can skip all that if we have the same audience. But the overview is, we'll talk a little bit about the shift model background, how it was developed, what really does the model consist of. Then we'll go through the example scenarios and wrap up with some questions. Okay, so first of all, what does SHIFT stand for? That's the Southern Highway Interactive Freight Traffic Model, meaning that it's an interactive travel demand model that will help analyze regional and national freight movements. We started this model development back in 2013, where phase one was just the development of the highway network and the zone system. So just understanding kind of the scope, the geography of the model study area. Then we said, that's great, but we want to be able to apply this as a tool to get forecasts. So in 2015, wrapping up in early 2016, the SHIFT model was developed. And the SHIFT model basically took those inputs, the TAZs in the network, and added an OD trip table component to be able to assign those trips to the network. So now we have an assignment model. And then most recently, including today, is the training on, developing various scenarios, test scenarios, that we can use the model for, and sharing those results. Again, I wanted to highlight the purpose for the SHIFT model development. Again, for the ITTS states, it's to serve as a common framework to analyze and evaluate freight on major corridors, regionally and nationally. It's a GIS tool that is based on using existing and available data, and has, it's compatible with other GIS programs. It's built in Transcad, but it can be exported into various ArcGIS shapefiles and other formats. One thing to note that it is not intended for is it's not intended to replace existing statewide models. Your statewide models, your regional models, or your freight plans. right, so this is an image of the highway network, and you can see the focus. See if I know how to use this. Okay, good. It's a national network where, well, minus Alaska and Hawaii, but it's a national network where outside the last 15-state area, the highway network consists of just interstates. But inside that 15-state last area, we drill down into freeways, principal arterials, minor arterials, and a few, I think there's maybe only a couple of roads that are collectors that serve as access. So when the model was developed in phase 2, there was a large focus to refine the initial phase 1 network development and to focus on the 9 ITPS states. So we reached out to all of you. We had a big data collection effort and incorporated those refinements into the network. That included not only existing, I say it's existing, the base year 2014 model attributes, but also 2040 ePLOC projects. So again, the model has only 2 years, a base year 2014 and a forecast year of 2040.
Hey, Liza, ask Fawn if she can hear you.
Fawn, can you hear us?
Are we on mute or?
Oh, Fawn.
No. Are you typing in? I can't hear her.
No? Now it's off mute. Bruce, do I need to start this VoIP call?
No, that'd put yet another line on the call.
Okay.
Did she hear us?
This phone is not on mute.
No, I don't know if she can hear us.
Okay, good. She can hear us.
Okay, well then just,
Is Hong the only one who's called in?
yes.
Do I need to contact her or?
I don't know why we can't hear her. I mean, we paid for the Polyphone, which is for your meeting as well, and we didn't know why it's not working. So,
Is there a tech support person here?
yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So just keep going, Liza, and I'll see.
I don't have anything.
Oh, okay.
Just keep going. I'll get the tech support guy
Great.
and ask him about the phone.
Okay. All right.
And then, I don't know what to tell on other than just so you can hang on for a second.
Yep.
And she can always type notes if
Right.
something changes, so at least we can be informed of what's going on.
Correct. Okay. All right. Sorry about these technical difficulties. We'll get them ironed out. But as I was saying, the model consists of 2 model years: the base year of 2014, the forecast year of 2040, and the 2040 is based on existing plus committed conditions. So those are those projects that have been completed since 2014 and today, as well as those projects that have committed funds associated with them. And those were projects that we received through the data collection effort that occurred in 2015. There were 85 of these E+C projects, and I think the next slide shows an image of them. I think one of the requests was to ask about the difference between existing and future, so we can look at that later. There are only 2 trip purposes in this model: auto and truck. No further disaggregation than that at this point. So auto is not broken out by commute, business, or leisure, and truck is not broken out by light, medium, or heavy. It's just total auto and total truck. And these are based on average weekday conditions. So the model OD trips are based on daily OD trips, and then the model assignment results are based on daily assignment results. Any questions on that?
Truck, you say light, medium, heavy, you're talking about commercial, or you're talking about all trucks you're talking about?
Right. So the truck range is anywhere from, it's more, the source of this is fast, so it's going to more rely on those heavier trucks, so not your pickups, not your commercial vehicles. And then here are some of those data sources that we used in the model development. The National Highway Planning Network was the basis for the highway network. It was supplemented with HPMS, Highway Performance Monitoring System, for attributes, as well as the state collected data, which included AADTs, roadway attributes, lanes, functional class, speed, and so forth. For the OD trips, there were 3 main data sources. The FAF, the Traveler Analysis Framework, and then an additional research study that C.D. & Smith did, basically using those data sets to develop a national OD trip table.
How did you handle trips that were generated or went to Mexico and Canada?
Very good question.
External stations.
Those are not included in this model.
And just for clarification, the OD trip table that she developed, I have it as a DBS file. I've been trying to figure out how to take the tags and integrate them into Tableau View so that you can overlay those trip tables and some of those data sets.
Oh, okay.
Again, just extending the functionality of the data.
Say that again, they're not hearing me when I talk?
No, she can hear you, but I guess when she's talking.
Mm-hmm. So all 85 on each list.
But real quick, everybody, not because Scott asked, but the restrooms are right out here on the side of this hallway, so just walk out there. Thank you, Ruth. Scott talked to her. I mean, everybody's got to,
Okay, so the question online was, can you show all the 85 E+C projects on the map? Well, it is hard to see, and I have this for those who have downloaded the model package. These can be pulled up, but these green little speckles are the E+C projects. Now we can get into this a little bit.
The green speckles are what?
The existing plus. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Sorry.
But don't forget you have that, the pointer.
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yes, these green lines
Yes.
are those E+C projects on the highway network.
So are they the committed or the existing?
Well, they are either existing between 2014 and today,
Okay.
or committed, past.
So can you distinguish the ones that are actually on the ground right now versus the ones that are future built?
Not in the way the model is set up. There is an Excel file under the master folder that has the projects listed and the year, the status, basically, whether it's for the year it's open to traffic or the year it's proposed. So
That could be sorted out.
yes, it could be. But there's no, you can't go into the master network and make a selection that.
But they aren't green, they're existing.
So these are just those projects that have had a change since 2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. All right, so I wanted to walk through this flow chart quickly. I know this is getting a little bit into the weeds, but this can help us understand what goes into the model, how the processes are, and then what we get out of the model. So the green boxes here to the left, these are kind of the raw inputs that are needed. So if you think about for your highway network, you need, for this model, we need area type, whether it's rural, urban, suburban. We need functional class, and these are based on the FHWA classifications. And we need number of lanes. Those are the main three attributes that are required for every lane. Then if there is a project ID. This project ID is very important because it links the... can you hear us now?